Hey everybody, welcome back to another video. I'm Mr. Blast, and today we're taking a look at the My Arcade Microplayer Retro Arcade Street Fighter 2 Champion Edition. This is another mini arcade. Yeah, it's been out for a little while now, and I kind of forgot that I had it. It really got overshadowed by my Evercade Alpha that I also purchased and I've done a review on. You guys should definitely check it out. Is this something that you should add to your collection? This is still readily available on Amazon as we speak. I will leave a link to it down in the description below if you'd like to check it out. But the price. We will have to go over the price in this video, and is it worth adding another mini arcade to your collection? But let's take it off the stand and find out for sure. Okay, so here is the actual arcade itself off the stand, and it looks really good. I really like the way this looks. It reminds me straight up of the OG arcade machine that you would see in a laundromat or a skating rink back in the 90s when you were a kid. I mean, did I just unlock a core memory for some of us here? Did I carbon date some of us just now when you would walk into one of those places back in the day and you would just hear the arcade sounds of this machine just going off in your ears, and you would literally just go crazy trying to see if your parents would give you a quarter or two to be able to play something like this. At the time, yeah, we had Street Fighter II: The World Warrior on the Super Nintendo, but even as a kid, we always knew that there was some subtle differences between this and what we were playing at home on the Super Nintendo. It's just, nowadays, we kind of take it for granted because we have emulation, we have these little retro arcades. My Arcade makes them, Evercade makes them, Arcade 1-Up has made these, so they're kind of just everywhere. And we used to live in a time when the only time you could ever play something like this is if you actually went up and got up and went somewhere physically to play these arcade games. So having stuff like this around in the collection, on your stands with your other action figures or whatever it may be, it's a novelty, and we all know that. It is something that we as gamers, again, I think we take for granted at this point, because especially considering how easy it is to really get a hold of this stuff nowadays, when back in the day, it was like, okay, I've got to go to the laundromat with my mom to do laundry so I could play this. This was the reason why I went, because no kid wants to sit at the laundromat and do nothing the whole time. They want to sit in front of this thing. Even if you didn't have quarters, you still pretended you were playing, you know? So fast forward to all these years later as adults, and we get really cool stuff like this from My Arcade. This is a really nice piece of hardware. It's got the really big buttons on it. It's got the clicky joystick. All the buttons have a nice loud clicking noise to them. There is a start button on this. There's also a menu button. This is the power button where the coins would go in, and then you can press this to get coins to go inside said machine to emulate that the little jingle that it does when you put the coins in there. I have the volume turned all the way down to 0 because this thing gets quite loud. Let me just turn this up for a minute. Let's turn it all the way up. That's like, what, 80% volume, guys? 85%? So let's throw a couple coins in there. And let's just hit the button. Oh, hit the start button. And it's quite loud. All the characters are here from the original Special Champion Edition. I'll just pick Ken for the heck of it, because why not? And it is quite loud. Forgive my gameplay, because I'm also playing this behind the camera lens. All the moves are there. All the slow-mo of Special Champion Edition. I don't know if this actually has any type of mods or cheat codes for the turbo mode, but it's all there as far as I know, the actual game. I'm going to turn this way down again. I'm going to reset. There is a menu here for, you've got the restart game. You can turn the screen to full screen or native because this is kind of a wide screen that they've got going here. It's not the actual size of the screen they had back in the day. You have a demo sound. If you want the demo to actually make noises, you can turn the game difficulty up and down. The default is 4, and there's also a brightness. I have it up at the highest because the camera lens doesn't seem to pick it up as great as it should be. This is a really nice screen in person, and then you can turn it all the way down to 1. And that's how dim the screen is. I would probably recommend that you turn it down to a lower setting if you're running on batteries, because this thing, yes, it does run on AA batteries. It can run on AA batteries. However, you need to be aware that your basic AA batteries will not work in this machine. I have these Amazon basic AA batteries that are rechargeable, and they are only 1.2 volt batteries. This thing runs on 1.5 volt batteries. So just keep that in mind. If you want to power this thing with some AA's, that's what you're going to have to do. Otherwise, you're going to have to plug it in with the not included micro USB cable. Yeah, they're using micro USB to power this thing. On the back, there's also the Versus port, which it does come with a cable for it, which is this guy right here. You basically plug this end in here, and then you plug it into another one, and you can actually do 2-player Versus mode with it, which is pretty neat. It also comes with a 3.5mm headphone jack right here, and then your volume up and down is also on the back. The side's got some pretty nice art. This does have a glossy cover over it. And that's really it, guys. There's really not a huge amount going on with this machine. It only comes with the one game. That's probably my biggest gripe with it. It is completely branded as the Special Champion Edition arcade machine, and that's all it comes with. A lot of other machines, like, you know, Arcade 1-Up, they came with multiple games. The Evercade Alpha had a bunch of Street Fighter games on it. It didn't have all of them, but it had a big chunk of them. So, but yeah, that's the biggest downfall, I would say, with this machine, is it not having, you know, just enough games on it. It has one included game. So we're going to zoom in on the art that's on this guy. And as you can see, it's basically the original arcade marquee. You've got your kicks and punches and all that stuff like that. And on the other side, you've got your other 4 World Warrior characters. And up top, you have the Grand Masters, which are right up here. I'll put my hand out of the way so you can see it. But yeah, the screen looks nice. There's virtually no input lag whatsoever that I have encountered when using this machine. However, you know, some people might notice it. I personally don't. I don't recommend that you play this on a long term. I mean, you can if you want to, depending on how big your hands are. If you get cramps in your hands, I really don't know. Everyone's situation is different. I think at this point, we buy these things as a novelty. They look really cool on the shelf. However, I will say that this was the most expensive My Arcade, what do they call it? The micro player that is on the market from this line. There are other classic games that they came out with. This is by and far the most expensive one. Last I checked, as of the time of this recording, this machine retails for $59.99 USD. So $59.99 USD, while the others start as low as $19.99 USD. And I think somewhere in the middle ground, it's $39.99. So just bear that in mind. I will leave a link down to it in the description below, because it's a really cool thing to probably add to your collection if you'd like to. It's just something that I really enjoy. Street Fighter was a huge part of my childhood growing up with these arcade games, and even though I didn't get to go to the arcade that much as a kid, maybe that's what draws me into buying things like this and just adding them to my collection. So, you know, so they look really cool, my action figures, you know, I don't know. Do action figures need arcade machines? Probably not, but we justify it in our heads to buy really fun and cool things like this right here. So if you guys enjoyed this video, please let me know down in the comments below. Leave a thumbs up if you enjoyed the content. Would you pick up the My Arcade Micro Player Retro Arcade Street Fighter 2 Special Champion Edition arcade machine? I hope you guys enjoyed this content, and please check out all my socials down below in the description, and I will catch you guys on the next video. Later.